Well, hello and welcome to the Sanctuary First video log. I'm down here in Bridge of Allen. It's a busy wee town actually, down for a quick last minute Christmas present. But before I go to get it, I just wanted to catch up with you all and give you the Christmas message. I've had quite a busy day today actually. I've been uploading quite a number of the back catalogue of Christmas videos on the new Sanctuary First YouTube. So if you get a moment, you should go over and have a look at it and encourage us. And you could just chill out a wee bit this evening and watch the Sanctuary First YouTube and watch some of the old videos going back to a number of years actually. In fact, the very first one's up there too that goes back called, was it The Least of These? It's an interesting one that. But anyway, I'm down here and I'm just getting myself together to give you the Christmas message. And you know, one of the things that has interested me today is that the post that went up on Sanctuary First today is entitled God's Revolutionary, Mary, God's Revolutionary. And it's touched a nerve with a few people, and quite a lot of people have been talking about another way of looking at the nativity story. Because we all have this idea that Mary is a quiet, demure lady. But in reality, if you go to Luke's Gospel and you read Luke chapter 2 and Mary's Magnificat, that wonderful song that she composes, she's really quite a revolutionary young woman. And she's saying, look, God is going to stand up for the poor. God is going to take the high and mighty from their high places and make them low. And he's going to raise up the poor and the dejected and give them a place in his kingdom. And she's talking about God's justice, and she's talking about all this coming through her son Jesus, who's going to be born as a saviour of the world. And it got me thinking, you know, those of you who live in this area might know this, but last week in the local papers there was a big ballyhoo about the local shopping centre called the Thistle Centre, and they had banned a nativity scene. They weren't allowing any nativity scenes in the shopping centre, and there was a lot of people complaining about it. All different groups, all different kind of even religious groups, various faiths groups were saying this is not on, this shouldn't be the case. You know, it's Christmas and this is a Christian festival, and the nativity scene should be allowed to be viewed. And it got me thinking. I kind of smiled wryly into myself, and I thought, you know, the Reformed tradition that we come from in the Church of Scotland, John Knox would have been on the side of the Thistle Centre. He would have been saying, we don't need a nativity scene, we don't need statues of Mary and of Jesus and of Joseph. We don't need that. He would go on to say, in fact, some of the reformers would say, we don't need to be celebrating festivals like Christmas and Easter. And their argument was this, it's quite a powerful argument. They said, because every day is Easter Day, and every day for the Christian is Christmas Day, when we remember and we think and we celebrate the coming of Christ among us. Now, I'm not going to be a bah humbug and say that we shouldn't celebrate Christmas. I want to celebrate Christmas. I'm looking forward to my Christmas dinner tomorrow. But what I do want to say is that we maybe need to realise that there's more to Christmas than just a nativity. It's more than just having nativity scenes in shopping centres. It's much deeper than that. It's a revolutionary idea that God has come among us, that God is going to remake his world, that God is calling in a new creation, and that Jesus is this new creation. Jesus is the new Adam. He's new man. He's new prototype man, filled with the Spirit of God. And it's this Jesus that has come to change men and women's lives. And the Spirit of God that raised Jesus is the same Spirit of God that comes at Christmas time to raise men and women, to raise us from being the sons of the earth to be the sons of God. That's what a wonderful carol sings that. You know, Hark the Herald Angels Sing. So look, I wanted to just share that with you today. And as you go on and get on with your Christmas and think about your Christmas and think about all the planning you're doing maybe in the Christmas Eve and into Christmas morning, think about that bigger plan, that Mary could understand that God was in the business of bringing about a revolution, and that she was willing to be one of God's revolutionary people. And so as we go from here this evening, I'm going to go and get my Christmas present before the shops close. But I'm going to wish you all a happy Christmas, and look forward to catching up with you next week. And first of all, just again, big thank you to John Chalmers and his team for the contribution they made to Sanctuary First last week, and looking forward to the new one next week, and it's going to be a great time to celebrate. So looking forward to catching up with you all next week. Until then, have a good Christmas.